Hello everyone, it's Sagrannus here once more in World of Warships. Now there have been a few changes since my last video, the special for the launch of World of Warships when it escaped beta and unleashed itself upon the world very quietly, incidentally. Many commentators have talked about just how quiet that launch was. I have fixed up a few things in the audio so things might sound better and rebalanced things, so hopefully that's at least enough of an improvement until we get a proper microphone up and running. That's enough of changes with sort of the meta. How about the game? Well, you might notice 3 changes. 3 ships in my lineup have changed. As I mentioned, we were saying farewell to the Omaha in the last video. A great and stoic companion for us, which will be very sorely missed. I have to say, I did love the Omaha. I loved everything about the way it played. In its place is the mighty Cleveland, which has picked up some other names as well, such as Cheatland, for the massive amount of firepower that this thing is toting. Now, what do I mean by massive? It has 4 batteries of 3 guns. These 3 guns are 152mm guns. They have a range, now that I've modded it, 14.6 kilometers, and they're reloading very quickly. And when they hit hard. In addition to that, there are 6 small close-range batteries, like you might see on a battleship. Of course, gone are the torpedoes that the Omaha had. Cleveland does not carry torpedoes, because let's be honest, you don't want to get the Cleveland that close to anyone. Now, the Cleveland is sort of something I dreaded to see coming onto the it's not really battlefield, battle water, battle sea. I'm not sure. It was something I really dreaded to see, because I knew I'd get into a firefight with it and be blown to smithereens. So of course, when I first dived into the Cleveland, I went at it with some gusto, and died. So the next time I went at it with gusto, and died again. I started to ease off and kept dying. And I think it's my playstyle. I've become so accustomed to how the Omaha played, which was a very narrow, tall ship. That I need to shake myself free, because this is quite a lot thicker in the beam than the Omaha was, and so I'm sort of getting slammed. Also, I'm probably getting a little bit too close. I mean, I'm not really using that 14.6 kilometer range. So, before we talk more about the Cleveland and dive into battle with that, I just want to quickly introduce the other new members, because one of them will not be getting a video. No, sir. That would be the, and I'm going to say this wrong, I promise you that, the Zuiho, which is the Tier 5 aircraft carrier, an upgrade from another ship I didn't show you, which was the Hosho, the Tier 4. And, well, I don't like it. I don't. In its format that it comes in to the player new, before you've got earned some upgrades, it's carrying 2 dive bomber squadrons and 1 torpedo bomber squadron now. 5, but dive bomber squadrons really aren't that great. I'm probably going to have people dissenting, but I don't like them. I mean, the whole point of the aircraft carrier is to get some torpedoes out in that water, really mess some people up violently if possible. Dive bombers don't really do that. They just kind of piss people off. Thankfully, later on, I can actually upgrade it to switch that ratio around. So instead of having 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 1 fighters, 1 torpedo bombers, and 2 bombers, it switches it to 2 torpedo bombers and 1 bomber, which will be a hell of a relief. And you can of course upgrade those planes, blah blah blah. But we won't be showing you that, because I really don't think there's much entertainment value in watching me not move basically and fly planes at people. So that's the Zuiho, the successor to the Hosho. Yeah, I probably won't be showing that one, I'm afraid. The other new member of the team is the successor to the Isakaze destroyer, the Minikaze destroyer, and it's pretty good. Bigger, better guns, 120mm guns, same torpedoes that the Isakaze was upgraded to. I believe this is actually a nerfing. I believe previously you could get better torpedoes on the Minikaze, but it got nerfed a bit. This ship is fast. I mean, the Isakaze was fast, but this ship is even faster. With the turbo boost that the destroyers can do, it's probably not called a turbo boost, It's called an engine boost. Should have been turbo boost. You increase the maximum speed by 8%, and I'm getting over 42 knots. That means it is really super fast. I believe it may be one of the fastest speeds you can achieve. Okay, so enough of the new members of the Sagrannus Navy. Back to the Cleveland. So, the Cleveland was the most numerous class of destroyers in the world, and yes, I'm just reading off the bump from the guys at Wargaming because they've done their research damn well, and I'm not just making that up. I do study history and have a degree in history, so I do know good research when I see it. Obviously, it's fairly layman-ish for everyone, and I have no objections to that whatsoever. So it's the most numerous class of cruisers in the world. Owing to rather large dimensions of her type, she boasted excellent armor and had a very powerful AA armor. I haven't noticed the good armor yet. Reasonable arrangement of the propulsion and elaborate design at the bottom improved the ship's survivability. Also haven't noticed that. Her well-balanced performance characteristics placed her among the most powerful light cruisers in the world. I have noticed that. When you get a hit on someone, they're upset. So yeah, she's bigger, she's better, and she's badder, apparently. So I guess I better try to have a good game. Let's dive in with the Cleveland. You may have also noticed her abilities are a little bit different. She has the fighter plane, same as the Omaha, but instead of the sonar system that the Omaha had, try saying that 10 times fast. She has a sort of like a buff to her anti-air, so you can temporarily put all of your anti-air guys on high alert, which just means they're more likely to hit and going to be firing more into the sky, hopefully taking out more enemy planes. So we're looking at a pretty tough match here. There's only one tier 5 cruiser on each side, a couple of tier 5 destroyers, but also we have a tier 8. There's a Nagato on each side, a Ryujo on each side. We've got 2 Nagatos. They've got a New York and a Congo. We've got a New York and a Congo. They've got 2 Fusos and a New York. So it's, I might add, the last patch before launch, they did a heap of work on the matchmaking, which seems to have sort of refined it. But interestingly with the Cleveland, as with the Omaha to a certain extent, you either get in matches where you are the most powerful cruiser there, or you end up in matches like this where you're sort of the baby of the battle. Though, to be fair, there is an Omaha on our side and a Furutaka on their side. So I'm going to punch in some AP. And as usual, there is a person on the team who is giving orders now. That's fine. He's got a tier 7, so he probably knows what he's doing. Let's have a look at him. He's the Hatsuharu over there. Brisk little bastard. Also, we've got a Minikaze. Take a look at that. That's what I'll be sailing in our next World of Warships video. He's got a lick of paint on there. And then there's a Miyoko behind us, which is the tier 7 Japanese cruiser, which I can't really show you much of because he's coming right at me. So, guns are a bit slow to turn around, unfortunately, as you can imagine with their size. And I've only actually seen the close range secondary armament function once. There's a very good reason for that. I don't like to get too close, given that this ship is actually fairly easy to sink. And when I did get that close, things didn't go so well. Oh, that's close. That's my counterpart, who is in another Cleveland, probably a better one than mine. I haven't got many upgrades, I've only got the range upgrade. I was quite enjoying the special period, got him. The special period at launch where we had 3 times experience instead of 1.5 for our first victory of the day. And he's buggered up. And he's going to be punished for it. Hopefully by me. And that's their Miyoko over there. They've actually got quite a tall control section. It's a shame none of us were competent enough or close enough to actually take advantage of his stuff up to a great extent. I got a 50% hit, and is he going to hit me? No, he's not. That's always good, but then Miyoko's going to come around here any second, and I'll be wanting to swing around in a second too, to avoid dying horribly. Okay, I'll drop some rounds in his path and turn. And start the guns turning straight away because, as I said, they do take a little while to get around. I didn't actually check the time, so I can't tell you that. I am also remiss in that I haven't checked the news. This week I've been a little bit busy with other things. Hopefully next video I will give you the news and keep you updated. Some of you may have witnessed the apocalyptic disaster that was my last Never Winter Nights 2 video, wherein I totally stuffed up something to do with spells. I think I've since worked out what I did wrong, which is a relief, so next video we will rectify that and hopefully continue on with the plot there. Other things I've been doing, I've been playing a lot of RimWorld. I spotted it on Quill18's channel and was suckered in. And it's a hell of a game, I do recommend it. It's only an alpha at the moment, but for an alpha game it's amazingly polished. Yeah, I see you sneaking through there, buddy. Really, RimWorld, if you're into sort of management, strategy, sci-fi, awesome stuff, then I really do strongly recommend you check that out. I would, though, strongly advise that if you are interested but don't know anything about it, jump online, have a look at videos by a couple of other casters. I'll be putting up some RimWorld videos at some point too, possibly next week. Check it out first, because it can be quite a punishing game and quite stressful. So yeah, that's a good game, and I think it's good. What else is happening that I'm actually aware of? Probably embarrassingly little, I'm afraid. Oh, the new Android update came out. I think I've mentioned this before, with a bee in my bonnet. It's crap. Seriously, like, it's the worst update Android has ever had, in my personal experience. Absolute bleeding mess when it's which I achieve. These APs aren't doing jack. Yeah, I absolutely loathe it. The changes to Google Chrome that came with it were crap. They've lost a lot of functionality. It's lost a lot of functionality, which is really annoying. There's a lot of lag when opening and operating settings in apps. Yeah, it's just one of those things that I can't stand. It's really quite disappointing. Also, it feels like they're trying to look more like Apple, which is probably in line with Google's whole "we want to look like mobile culture now." So whatever the hell their reasoning was for that change of their, well-established, easily recognised font, using Times New Roman, my favourite font. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Android update. I'm really not a fan of the Android update. If you watch my Twitter, I was not impressed. If you watched the video where I brought it up last time, I wasn't impressed. It's one of those things. Now you might notice, we're already nearly 7 minutes into this battle and 3 people have died. Matches like at this level are interesting, because they're either very, very brisk and violent, or actually quite long. And I think that comes down to skill and a bit of luck and sheer stupidity on the part of certain YouTube mini people. Oh yes, you beautiful, beautiful fool. See, these guns can do damage when I hit with them. In my sights, I set you on fire. And my shots get over the hill. Somewhere. Oh, that's beautiful. He's nearly dead. I probably won't get that kill. I've positioned myself poorly and I'm gonna shoot at that. Which is, I believe, a fuso, yes. I suppose it could have been worse. If I can get a beat on that Cleveland, I'm going to be so happy. Oh, that hurt! That hurt a lot. So much pain. Please give me a kill. No, 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 I said a kill. Not a miss. Oh, what? Oh, no, no. Apparently just some epic lag. Well, wasn't a complete disaster. I mean... Well... I got hit by a battleship. Not much can survive that. I certainly felt it. As you can see by my health not being so good. Oh, hello. If I can hit you, you're in trouble. Wow, you would be if I wasn't dead. But, as you can see, when used properly, which I did very, very briefly for this video, those guns are amazing. The trick is that you have to actually, you know, hit them, and hit them well. But, you know, I think I'm going to come to like the Cleveland. She sure does look good when she sings. I think I will come to like her. I've liked every American cruiser so far. Even the Erie, it's a cute little way. So watch this space, there'll probably be a few more Cleveland videos kicking about. Maybe when I do the upgrades I'll show you what the difference is. But yeah, that was the first video of our new ships. The Cleveland, or Cheatland, the Tier 6 American cruiser. The most numerous of all the cruisers. I've been Sagrannus. This has been me fighting, sinking someone, and then sinking very quickly afterwards, and talking far too much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.